Every year, there's at least one viral moment that manages to break through the noise of social media and capture the collective heart of the internet. In 2024, that honor belonged to the Kelce family, a household that, thanks to a single TikTok, became the symbol of pure, unscripted joy. If you missed it, you missed a cultural touchstone, the sound of a little girl confidently calling her father Big Guy, while the world collectively melted. It's hard to say exactly what made this particular video stand out. Maybe it was the way Ellie, the Kelce's middle daughter, delivered the nickname with the casual authority of a much older soul. Maybe it was the bemused expression on her dad Jason's face, clearly wondering how he'd been promoted from dad to Big Guy. Or maybe it was simply the authenticity of the moment, a rarity in an age where so much family content feels staged for likes. The story behind that nickname is almost as charming as the video itself. Ellie, it turns out, is a devoted fan of Bluey, the Australian kids' show that has quietly revolutionized modern parenting. Bluey's dad, Bandit, is often playfully called Big Guy, and Ellie, with the unfiltered logic that only children possess, decided this was the perfect moniker for her own father. So now, when Jason Kelce, Super Bowl champion, podcast host, and Philadelphia folk hero, hears "Come on, Big Guy, time to get up," he knows exactly who's in charge. Kylie Kelce, Jason's wife, is quick to point out that this nickname did not originate with her. In fact, she's famously allergic to the syrupy pet names that fill so many marital conversations. Kylie is the anti-Dash babe. She calls Jason J or Jason, and that's about as mushy as she gets. For his part, Jason calls her Joe, a nickname born out of a field hockey joke from her high school days. It's affectionate, but it's rooted in their shared history and private sense of humor rather than the usual cliches. This down-to-earth approach to love and family is precisely what has endeared the Kelces to legions of fans. Their podcast, New Heights, started as a way for Jason and his brother Travis, yes, that Travis Kelce, to talk football and shoot the breeze. But over time, it's evolved into something much bigger, a window into the lives of two brothers navigating fame, family, and the relentless scrutiny that comes with being professional athletes in the age of social media. Kylie's appearances on the podcast were an immediate hit. With Travis away in Los Angeles filming a commercial, Kylie stepped into the co-host chair and lit up the show with her wit and candor. Fans soon began clamoring for more Kylie, praising her ability to keep Jason on his toes and inject real talk into the usual sports banter. But nothing could prepare listeners for the bombshell she dropped in one now legendary episode. Halfway through a discussion on training sessions and muddy toddlers, Kylie shifted in her seat, flashed a mischievous grin, and announced she had a surprise. Jason, ever the jokester, braced himself for news of another pregnancy. Instead, Kylie revealed that their youngest daughter, Finnley, had taken her first steps. The reaction was pure magic. Jason, usually so composed and quick with a quip, was rendered speechless. Tears welled up in his eyes as he processed the milestone he'd missed, live, in real time, in front of thousands of listeners. The vulnerability, the pride, the joy, all of it was palpable. It was a moment that reminded everyone why we tune into these shows in the first place, to witness the unfiltered humanity that sits beneath the surface of celebrity. If the Kelces have become America's favorite family, much of the credit belongs to Kylie. Far from the archetype of the supportive sports wife, she's quietly built her own empire. Her podcast, Not Going to Lie, debuted in December 2024 and immediately shot to the top of the charts, dethroning even Joe Rogan on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. The appeal? Honesty. Each week, Kylie dishes on everything from parenting and modern relationships to the absurdity of social media and the unique challenges of being a woman in the public eye. She's not afraid to wade into controversy either. When Travis Kelce started dating Taylor Swift, the internet went wild with speculation about how the family would react. Kylie, ever the straight shooter, embraced her new sister-in-law with open arms, praising Taylor for making Travis so happy. She's spoken candidly about the dynamics behind the scenes, addressing everything from the timing of their first meeting to the realities of blending two high-profile families. Kylie's openness, her willingness to address rumors head-on and set the record straight, has won her a loyal following. She's quick to defend her boundaries, too, pushing back against critics who question her decisions or speculate about her personal life. This refusal to play by anyone else's rules is a big reason so many women now look to her as a role model. But Kylie's influence extends far beyond the podcasting world. She's a field hockey coach at her local high school, a job she continues to juggle even as her media profile has skyrocketed. She's launched a successful line of merchandise tied to Not Going to Lie, offering fans products that reflect her no-nonsense attitude and relatable style. Her Instagram following is massive, and her fashion choices are dissected online with the kind of fervor usually reserved for A-list celebrities. What sets Kylie apart, though, is her unwillingness to let her identity be defined by her husband's career. She's fiercely proud of Jason, but she's just as proud of her own achievements. She talks honestly about the challenges of balancing motherhood with ambition, of finding time for herself in the chaos of raising 3 young kids. Her stories about postpartum struggles, marriage ups and downs, and the daily grind of parenting have struck a chord with women everywhere. Kylie's approach to social media is refreshingly real. While so many influencers curate their lives to perfection, Kylie lets the mess show. She's admitted to feeling overwhelmed, to doubting herself, to making mistakes. In an industry built on filters and facades, her authenticity feels radical. Her relationship with Jason is similarly grounded. They're partners, equals, with a shared sense of humor and a deep respect for each other's independence. While Jason's career has brought the family fame and fortune, Kylie's work, both on and off the field, has made her a star in her own right. 2024 was the year the world woke up to this reality. The viral TikTok, the podcast's meteoric rise, the headline-grabbing friendship with Taylor Swift, all of it combined to create a perfect storm of attention. Suddenly, everyone wanted to know more about the woman behind the Kelce name. What they found was someone who's as comfortable coaching teenagers as she is speaking to millions. Someone who can handle internet trolls with wit and grace. Someone who understands that real influence comes not from being perfect, but from being honest. And so, the Kelce household continues to serve up moments, big and small, that remind us what matters most. Whether it's Ellie calling her dad Big Guy with the confidence of a CEO, Finnley taking her first steps while the world watches, or Kylie sharing hard truths about marriage and motherhood, there's a sense of realness that transcends the usual celebrity narrative. With a growing media empire, a devoted family, and a message that resonates far beyond the sports world, Kylie Kelce is redefining what it means to be a modern woman in the spotlight. She's building a brand on her own terms, inspiring others to do the same, and reminding us all that the sweetest moments are often the ones we least expect. And if you're still wondering whether that viral TikTok was staged, just remember, no director could ever script the magic that happens when a little girl looks up at her dad and calls him Big Guy. That's the kind of moment you can't fake, and the reason why, for one shining instant, the world felt just a little bit sweeter.